Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna do a look with mostly Zoeva. Zoeva is a brand that I have been going on for quite some time. I think that people who knows it is because of their brush line, and besides their brush line they also have makeup. So I'm going to use makeup products from them. I think I own around 3 of their palettes, but I'm gonna use mainly this one, the Cocoa Blend, and this is the Color Story. I thought that this can be appropriate for transitioning from fall to winter. Also, I'm gonna use their foundation, their concealer, a finishing powder in Dazzling. I have already prepped my skin. We're going to go straight for the foundation. In the foundation, I chose the shade 190N Generous. I thought that it could be, let's just say, a perfect match for myself. If not perfect, we're gonna make it work. It is a glass bottle. It does have a pump. It isn't so liquidy. It has a little bit of density. I have a normal skin type and I don't wear full coverage in myself. It doesn't even matter if the foundation it is a full coverage or not. I just apply it in a light manner and that will give me the coverage that I'm comfortable with. I'm using this Alamar Cosmetics bronzer brush. I really like this brush for foundation. It is a little bit dark for my skin tone right now, but it doesn't even really matter. I have been away from the sun for quite some time. So in my regular routine, this will match me perfectly. So I don't mind at all. And let's just check how it's looking so far. I really like the coverage that I got from the get-go. Now we're gonna go for the concealer. This is the Authentik Skin Perfector, and the foundation, as I said, the foundation names, it is the Zoeva Authentik Skin Natural Luminous Foundation, which all of the above, so far it is proving to be right. And for the concealer, I got the shade 110 Emboided. For the claiming of a neutral color, I think it was a lot more yellow. The concealer, it has the texture of a normal concealer. It has a flat doe foot applicator, and I think it is a little bit towards the light coverage spectrum. I'm going to apply a little bit more in this area here and a little bit here, which is, let's just say, my problematic area, and this will help us know if it can be built up. Yeah, it can be built up and it doesn't look heavy on the skin, but still it is a light medium coverage. I don't own a setting powder from Zoeva. Supposedly they are great, but I only got the finishing powder. So I'm gonna fill the blanks with some products that I have, and that it will help me to really know how this performs, because if I use everything new, I won't be able to give my honest opinion in them. So I'm using the McGrath Fetish Sublime Under Eye, I think it is. Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. A mouthful. So yeah, that's how one under eye looks set and the other one unset. Well, I'm liking my under eye so far. It isn't emphasizing my already textured under eye. It doesn't look crepey. It didn't settle in my fine lines in the process of me talking and then finally setting the under eye. So that's a good thing. Also because it says that it is a hydrating one. So yeah, that could happen. So far, this is what I'm working with. Now I'm gonna do the rest of my complexion stuff and then we're gonna come back to see how it looks, that finishing powder. The face is almost done, but I wanted to stop for a moment because I want to use one of the eyeshadows as a blush. The eyeshadow that I'm gonna use as a blush is this one named Freshly Toast. Let me just, with a light hand, apply this. Going towards the back of my cheekbone. I like how it looks. And since I applied it on top of my highlighter, it looks like it has a little bit of sheen. And now we're gonna go for the finishing powder. I really like the packaging, really sleek. It has a snifter here, but I think it is the mesh one because on the lid it has a different kind of stopper. I'm using this really big brush. Firstly, I'm gonna go for one side and then I'm gonna go for the other to see if there's any difference between one side and the other. The first difference that I can see is that this side is a lot more mattified, which is one of the claims of this powder. But it's not mattified in a way that I look dry or really matte because I still have that luminosity going on, but it isn't as much as this side. It isn't so silky smooth as the last couple of powders that I have tried, but in a scale from 1 to 5, meaning 1 the most silky, creamy, smooth powder, it is around 3.5. Now we're gonna go for the eyeshadow. I'm gonna use my Milani eyeshadow primer as always for doing my eye look. I always prep my lids. And for eyeshadow palette, as I said previously, I'm gonna use the Cocoa Blend. I think I'm gonna use mostly satin shades for this look, so you can have some other use besides using mattes in an eye look. I'm gonna start with Subtle Blend. It is a brown shade. I'm gonna do first one eye entirely and then I'm gonna do the other off camera so we can just be as quick as we can be. So far, so good. I really like this shade. She practically does the blending as soon as I press it into my eye. I'm applying this mostly, let's just say, in the last third of my eye. And it was extremely easy to apply it. With the other side of my brush, I'm gonna go to the shade Sweeter End, and this one I'm going to apply it all over the rest of my eye, meaning my mobile lid, and connecting it in this front area. The good thing about using satins, it is that they are really easy to blend. You don't go into so much trouble as if you were using a matte one. So yeah, and you don't have to be afraid of making your eye look older or wrinkle because it doesn't have so much sparkle or metallics in it. Totally the opposite. It gives you a really nice finish to your lid. I'm going to intensify a little bit my outer corner just to keep using these shades. And I think I'm gonna go to the shade Delicate Acidity just in my outer part. I'm gonna blend a little bit with the other side of my brush. I'm very intrigued with this shade. It is named Pure Ganache, I think it is. So this one, I'm going to press it into the middle of my mobile lid, just to give a little bit of something there. And what I have left over in my finger is what I'm going to use to blend the edges. It doesn't show much. I'm going to press a little bit more, nearing my lash line. And there. For my bottom part, I'm gonna use a smudger brush, and I'm gonna go for the shade Delicate Acidity, which is the darkest one that I use. Being careful because I have already done my base. And I'm going to apply it to the ending part of my bottom lashes. What I have left over in my brush, I'm gonna apply it in the rest of them. Now I'm gonna go to the shade Pure Ganache, or whatever how it is pronounced, which was the last shade that I applied, the really coppery one. And I'm going to apply it starting in my inner corner, going towards the last third of my bottom lashes. But this one, I'm going to apply a lot more, going lower in this part of my bottom lashes, and just connecting it. I'm going to tightline my top and bottom lashes. Just to finish up this look, I'm gonna go to the shade Bitter Start, which is a matte vanilla shade, to highlight a little bit my inner corner. The face is done. I like a lot how my eyes look, and I think that this shade, it would look good. So this is the Zoeva Powerful Lip Twist in the shade Cassandra. No. I don't like this lip combo. I think it is too dark. So let me just switch it up for another one, which is a lot more lighter. Yeah, I like this better. A lot better. So sweet, this is it. This is the entire look. I love how my complexion looks. Let's go through everything in the same order that I apply it. I forgot. When we start, I apply my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enrich Face Base. I didn't use any other primer that could help how this performed. It is, I think that 90% of the time, that's the primer that I use. And then I went with the Zoeva Authentic Skin Natural Luminous Foundation. As I said previously, it does everything that it claims. I apply it in a really light manner. I only use one pump, and I spread it into my entire complexion, and it performed really good. It was really easy to blend. The shade is I would say a little bit darker. The concealer is the same thing, the Authentic Skin Perfector. It says a retouch concealer. I can vouch for that, but it was really easy to blend. It is a buildable. I think it is towards the light medium coverage. I don't apply much complexion stuff. I use what I think it is enough for me. I don't go for a full coverage. I go for a light medium coverage. So take that in consideration before taking my word in it. Also, let's just a refresher. I have a normal skin type. Then I apply one of the shades of the eyeshadow palette as a blush, and I enjoy it a lot. It was a matte shade, and it had a little bit of kick up in the pan, so be careful with that when you use this eyeshadow palette. Also, I used the Too Faced Cocoa Contour palette, and it was really easy to blend. I used one of the highlighting shades in this area here of my complexion, and it looks really good. And I apply it on top of the Pat McGrath Fetish Sublime Perfector something really long name, and it worked. It doesn't look crepey. It didn't emphasize more the texture under eye. From there, I used the Authentik Skin Finishing Powder. Did something nice. It really surprised me that it has kind of a pink tone to it, but it doesn't show on the skin. I really like how everything turned out. Then I went for the eye look, except for one eyeshadow, which is the one that I have in my inner corners. The rest of them I only use the satin ones. It is a really easy eye look to do. I use one, two, three, four. Yeah, I use 4 shades in the eyes and 5 with my inner corner matte thing going on. And from there, as I said, I tightline my top lashes entirely. I only tightline just to the half of my bottom lashes. I curl my lashes, apply mascara, and put on some falsies. These are the Ardell wispy ones. And yeah, that's the entire eye look. And also, I did my eyebrows. And for lips, I wanted to use the Zoeva Powerful Lip Twist in the shade Cassandra. I like this kind of a lip thing, and it's really creamy, really easy to use, but the shade, it was too dark for what I had going on with my eyes. So I changed it, and I used this combo that it isn't from Zoeva, but I'm loving how it's so sweet. I hope you like it, and if you did, please press the like button. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. I really appreciate it. And if you want to get notified every time I upload a video, press the notifications bell, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.